When it comes to this particular focal length, 135mm for Sony E-mount cameras, there isn't that many options available. Obviously, for all the hardcore wealthy Sony diehard fans, there is G Master lens, but right until now there was literally nothing modern to compete with it. This lens from Samyang is very interesting, as it does not only offer very similar, if not almost identical spec as the G Master lens, but it's also much cheaper. If you are serious about portrait photography, or you are just serious about top-notch quality but without spending a fortune, this review is for you. To find out more about this Samyang 135mm f1.8 beauty, just keep watching, don't skip, and hopefully I'll provide enough info about it and enough pretty samples to keep you entertained throughout this video. Before I go into it, I must say that I have this lens on loan from Samyang UK, but as always I was not asked or paid to say anything specific about it, and they did not require for me to show them this video before posting it, so this is my honest and completely unbiased opinion about this lens. When it comes to choosing lenses for your already expensive Sony E-mount camera, the common practice is to go for Sony lenses first. These are guaranteed to be the best, the most compatible and most reliable, but they always cost the most as well. A lot of photographers or filmmakers simply do not trust or do not want to be associated with less known brands out there, but now a lot of these brands from Far East come up with lenses or other gear that are equally good as major brands, and they do start to compete on the bigger scale. Korean brand Samyang, also known as Rokinon in the US, is not a new brand. They have been making lenses for 50 years now, but only now they really are coming on the scene with products like this lens that are truly remarkable. This 135mm delivers. The sharpness across the frame, even wide open, is outstanding. But when it really shines is when it comes to shooting portrait. This focal length suits this kind of photography extremely well, and combining it with that f1.8 aperture, it gives superb subject to background separation. The bokeh is so nice, creamy, slightly swirly, and very well pronounced. The 135mm focal length puts this lens into the telephoto category, producing zoom compression effect when the out of focus areas behind or in front of your subject seem closer or more compressed, closer to your subject, making photos or videos shot with it look almost 3D. This is why this focal length is so popular for portrait shooting. There is a weird thing with 135mm that I can't really explain, but it seems right or normal when shooting head and shoulder or even waist up portrait. I don't feel that I have to be too far back. It feels normal. But when you try to shoot full body, human form standing, you just need space. A lot of space. Every time when I thought that I am back far enough, I wasn't. This could make it very impractical to shoot indoors at the smaller venues, studios or houses with this lens, with this focal length. Although I absolutely love the results it produces and I love to shoot with it, I personally think that it could be a little bit of a one-trick pony and not the lens you could keep on a camera for a full day and shoot everything with it. It's a lens that should be used with the purpose and the plan in mind to get the best out of it. Minimal focusing distance is 69cm, pretty standard, and the lens is great for shooting any kind of close-ups too. Definitely easier to shoot close-up than the bigger and wider things with it. The autofocusing performance is excellent, but I had few very small issues focusing when shooting photos and video when the lighting conditions weren't ideal, especially in lower light. The AF would sometimes hunt just a little bit. Overall, I can't say that AF performance is bad, as my experiences could be specific to the conditions I was shooting at and not exactly this lens's limitations. There's literally no vignettic or chromatic aberration visible at all, and the lens definitely delivers results on par with Sony G Master 135mm. Very, very impressive. The build, it's not smaller than Sony lens. In fact, it is 2 cm longer, but it is much lighter. It weighs very impressive for a lens of this size, 772 grams. Fully weather sealed, really nice design, looking a little bit like Canon RF lenses. It has got that little red accent hidden at the edge at the front. The focus ring is smooth, but there is some plastic on plastic yeah, rubbing sound coming out of it. Not tragically bad, but not as smooth as it could be. Big front glass element with 82mm filter thread. There's one button and two switches on the lens. Standard focus hold button that can be programmed to different functions via the camera. I personally always use it to switch autofocus from left to the right eye if I need to without recomposing the shot. There's also focus limiter. This is here because the focus has to travel a long way from the closest focusing distance of 69cm to infinity, and that sometimes can make it a little bit slower to perform. With this switch you can limit the distance to make the focusing quicker in certain situations. You can have it on full range, or 69cm minimum focusing distance to 2 meters only, or 1.5 meters to all the way to infinity. There is no auto manual focus switch, but a custom switch with M1 and M2 positions. This by default is set to change the behavior of the focus ring from being a focus ring to aperture control ring. So if you change the aperture a lot, especially when filming, you can do it with the focus ring quicker, smoother and silently. The switch can be reprogrammed to be standard auto manual on and off switch or other functions via the optional Samyang lens dock, which costs extra. You have to buy it separately. It's all made out of tough plastic and it feels very sturdy and made to last. The price, this is when this lens really shines. It retails for £798 here in UK or $949 in US. This is half price of what Sony G Master lens costs, and considering that it delivers outstanding results, it is amazing value for money. There's literally nothing to compete with it out there. Sony is very expensive, Sigma is huge and very outdated now. This is the best option when you want to save money and possibly get another lens to go with it. Yes, the Sony lens might be a little bit better, maybe in autofocus performance, but that difference will be only visible or noticeable in very extreme situations. For everyday today, especially portrait shooting, this lens is superb, sharp and on par with G Master lens, no doubt. Conclusion: if you are after this focal length for portrait photography or more, this is a superb choice. I have tried and tested a lot of lenses here on this channel, and I do actually use G Master lenses in my professional workflow, and this doesn't disappoint at all. It compares very well to the best out there. Superb lens that is capable of top-end pro results for the half price of the Sony lens. Samyang have certainly come a long way. I have said this before when reviewing their 24 to 70mm and amazing 50mm lenses, that they are truly up there to compete not only with Sigma and Tamron, but with Sony G Master lenses too. I couldn't recommend it highly enough. Beautiful lens. And this is it from me. I hope this video was in some way helpful or entertaining. If it was, please give me the thumbs up. Follow me on Instagram for more photos and videos from all of the lenses that I review here on my channel. Please consider subscribing and I'll see you next time. Other gear that are equally good as major brands, and they do start to compete on the bigger scale, and I'm not doing it right. There's literally no vignetting or chromatic aberration visible. Blah, 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 blah. And considering that it is superb lens that is capable, slur the words.